It's spring and asparagus is in the market, so gather your ingredients together and come join me in the kitchen. Hi everyone and welcome to Frances Cooks. Tonight we're going to make a really simple dish. This is the perfect time of year to do it. We're going to make asparagus, grilled asparagus with lemon, served with a soft or jammy egg. So the ingredients I need are very simple. I've got a couple of eggs. I'm going to put those right behind me. I have a bunch of asparagus and a lemon, some olive oil and some salt and pepper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the asparagus, and you can see I've got really nice big fat spears of asparagus. The end here is a little yellowing in color, so I'm going to just line them up where I see more or less where it changes color. People tell you to snap it, but you can generally tell by the color of the asparagus, so we'll just cut it straight across like that, and those I'll save and I'll make an asparagus stock with those. Put those off to one side, and then I'm going to just take the asparagus, lay it on a tray covered with, I put foil on it just because it makes it easier for me to clean, and then I'm going to drizzle it with some olive oil, just a little bit of olive oil, sprinkle some salt and pepper. And you can use skinnier, the really skinny asparagus too, that works. A little bit of black pepper. And then we're going to just take the lemon, and I have Meyer lemons in my garden, but regular lemons will work too. Cut the ends off, cut it in half, and probably actually a half a lemon will be enough for this. And then cut it in half again, so we have quarters. And then I'm going to just slice this up into quarters and sprinkle these on top of the asparagus. I've preheated my grill, so I have a pot of boiling water ready for my eggs, and sprinkle the lemon on top like so, and then we're just going to put that into the broiler while we cook the eggs. Might give it a minute or so before we add it in. So water boiling for the eggs, and you want to have enough water in your pot that it will cover the eggs when they go in. The most important thing with the eggs is to have them at room temperature. So for years, this is how I made it in Ireland, and that was because we kept our eggs at room temperature and there was no problem. But if your eggs are cold from the fridge and you put them into boiling water, they're going to crack immediately. So it's best, I'm going to grab a spoon, to lower the eggs gently into boiling water, room temperature. And I'm going to time these for about 6 minutes, and I have ready for when they're ready is some ice cold water, and so we'll time it for 6 minutes, and in the meantime we're going to put the asparagus into the broiler. It's nice and hot, and start cooking that. So with the eggs, what I have found, if you put them into boiling water, or steam. I sometimes steam them in a steamer basket. What it does is it coagulates the outer membrane and prevents it from forming. I don't know whether it's coagulating, but it firms it up so you don't get the white sticking to that membrane. And they're easy to peel almost every time. And I didn't time it first. I did put it on for 6 minutes. Forgetting things. Anyway, ice water is ready to go. I have a spoon to pull it out. I have some plates ready to serve my asparagus on, and we're just waiting for the eggs to cook. I'll check the asparagus a couple of times while it's cooking, just to make sure it's not burning. I preheated the broiler, so it should be pretty hot and it will happen pretty quickly. The eggs that I'm using are organic eggs from my chickens. So I have 5 laying hens out in my backyard, and at this time of year in May, pretty much all of them are laying. They don't lay every single day, but they lay, I'm getting between 2 and 4 eggs every couple of days. So we're eating a lot of eggs at the moment. I'm going to start pickling them, but I'm going to just check the asparagus because I know my broiler is pretty hot, but it's good. So the fresher your eggs, the better. The color of the shell is determined by the breed of the hen. So I have 5 different breeds, and they all lay a different color and different size egg. And I have one that lays a beautiful blue-green egg. We're using brown ones today. But the yolk is determined by what they eat. So you'll find that when you get eggs at a farmer's market where the chickens have been eating lots of greens, then the eggs are going to be the yolks are going to be really deep yellow. So the eggs are almost done. So we're going to wait till the timer goes off. And I have the ice water ready to go, and I'm just going to lift them up and put them into the ice water. If you like them really soft, 6 minutes. If you like them a little firmer, 7 to 8 minutes. If you like them really firm, 10 to 11 minutes. But you don't want to cook them for so long that you end up with that grey ring around the outside and the yolks going kind of very dark yellow or very pale yellow and kind of crumbly. So I like to see them just having a little softness inside. So the timer is about to go off, so I'm going to take them out. I'm going to check on the asparagus that's in the oven or in the broiler. And whoops, everything's happening at once. Lift out my eggs, turn them off, and drop them into the ice cold water. There we go. And take a look at the asparagus. It's starting to brown. You're starting to get a little caramelized on the lemons, but that could go for a couple more minutes. I might just toss them around just a little bit so it's evened up. And it's funny, you know, for years I used to always go for the skinny asparagus, thinking it was younger and fresher, but actually that's not the case. It's they come out of the ground whatever size. What you want to look at when you're buying them is that the tip is nice and firm and closed. If it's starting to open up, then the asparagus is a little bit old, so it's whether it's opening up. Okay, so we just dropped the eggs into the ice cold water, and just enough so that I can lift them out in my hand because I want to keep them warm to go on and I just crack them like this, and then I like to peel them underwater. And the most important thing is to get it so that you're underneath the membrane in that first part, because if you're trying to pull it off when you don't get underneath the membrane, it makes it a lot harder. And you can see I just kind of dip it in the ice cold water because it helps me peel them. There we go. So see how easy that is? And the eggs are still a little warm, and if you want to have them hot, you could then, just before you serve them, depending on how good your timing is, as you saw I had a little, it's not always, is the asparagus going to take 6 minutes or a little bit more? It depends how hot your broiler was, and I have preheated it, but so I just pull off the shell, and I can still feel that the eggs are nice and warm. And we'll check on our asparagus, just leave those there. And just make sure that you don't have any pieces of shell. Okay, so our asparagus is ready. So I'm going to pull that out. And we will place the asparagus on the plate. And there's enough for 2. This could be, let's say, 1 order. And we're putting some of the lemon on top. And then I'm going to drizzle it with some nice olive oil. Drizzle it with some good olive oil. You could chop some nuts on top. You could put a piece of prosciutto. Some crispy bacon bits would be really tasty. And then we will add our egg. And there you have it. The broiled asparagus with soft boiled eggs. So enjoy.